Howdy, welcome to From the Porch. I am Shannon Buckleback, and I have the privilege to be today with my mother, Sylvia Wooten, and I'm actually at the porch where I grew up. There's just so many great memories here, and there's always a great breeze here, and the breeze is actually really a lot today, so we had to back up into the grass to get out of the wind.
So we're not on the porch.
So if our hair is a little crazy today, right? It's windy, but that's why we enjoy it, even in the summer, that we get this nice breeze out here, and you get to see the view. We used to have a really big tree right here that,
I think 3 trees
that we lost.
big oak trees.
It was sad, but we've had a lot of great parties out here, family picnics and things. I just kind of wanted to share a little bit with you guys about growing up here in Waller. So let's talk a little bit first, like how we first got to Waller. And
Okay, so we were talking this morning, and I said I had a story, and I can't believe I never told it to you. But okay, so I'm a city girl. I was born in Houston, and I tell everybody I'm a 3rd generation native Houstonian. So that's kind of the background you need to know. So I met Daddy in college, and he was from Big Spring, which is, a rural area. We got married, we moved to Houston, he got a job, and but he always had in his mind that he didn't really want to be in the city. He wanted to be in the country. But that scared me to death. So I just wanted to stay in Houston. And every now and then he would find a place to look at, and we would drive out, and I would just be worrying that I had to move to the country. But this was 1981, and you were how old? About
10.
10. And Ronnie and Shannon, Daddy put us all in the car, and we drove out here. And it was even on the way, I guess, I don't know if I was praying or what, but God just gave me the greatest peace about moving out here. And so that's the story. I would never want to go back to Houston now. And then I got to thinking how God knew that, and He knew all the people that He would put in our lives and all the things that would happen. And so the first person I thought of that I met, we joined Waller Baptist, and I met Joan Cook. So she was a lifetime friend from then. We met, and she just reached out to me and showed me the community, because she'd been here for a long time and knew all the people. And then Daddy became friends with Roy, so Joan and Roy Cook, we would go out to eat with them, and Joan and I would do things together, and she just supported me in a lot of different things. So, and then some other people that God put in my life were Ann Charles and Ann Towery. He taught a Bible class once a week. Joan and I started going to that, and I always tell people they had the greatest gift of hospitality. That's what I think of when I think of the gift of hospitality. They were so inviting, and so then there were other people at Waller Baptist, Leon and Martha Overby, and I'm going to leave people out, but and I can't think of names anymore. But if I think of them later, I'll tell you. So that's some things I got to thinking about that God, He always does, but He uses where we are and puts people in our lives and blesses us.
Yeah, those were the people that were always the most welcoming and made everyone feel like they belonged.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of anchors to the community.
Yeah. And Martha was my Sunday school teacher.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So if you can think of anybody else, I can't.
Well, the Cooks are just our direct neighbors out here on that one fence line.
Right.
So.
We share a fence line. So Joan would always say, you know, Roy needs to make a path across there so we won't have to drive around.
And she was just always fun and hilarious.
Oh my goodness, she was the comedian of Waller County for sure. She was a good fun person.
And they're developing, you know, some lots over there on their property.
Oh, I've heard
along
that.
there.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad, but they're actually really pretty lots that, you know, going to be bigger, a little bit bigger acreage. But what people can afford to move out here, they're very nicely done. So, whoo, that wind is picking up. So you were not very much of a country girl, and I think I was at heart. I mean, Daddy, first thing he said, do you want to move to the country and have a horse, right? I loved animals, and that was not you so much. I know there's stories of when I made you ride horses and did things, and you were always a good sport, but I know it wasn't your thing.
Yes, you know I love you because of all the things.
And driving the horse trailer to the Little Britches rodeos. We have to tell that story because that's kind of funny.
Well, that's the story. So in the summers, I think more than one summer, Shannon knew how to hook up the trailer. So you would hook the trailer up, load the horse, but I had to drive. But we would go very early to get a parking space because I didn't know how to back up the trailer. I had to pull in where I would. So I had to endure the whole rodeo because you did the barrels and they were always last.
That was true love again, that she did that.
Yeah.
And I know when I got old enough to drive the trailer, I practiced backing so that I wouldn't get stuck in situations like that. So I can back a trailer very well.
I'm very proud of you.
Country girls. But yeah, you were a good sport.
Yeah. And one time you made me ride a horse. I got on that horse, it was back there.
Galveston Bay, we called her Gal.
Oh, because she was a bay horse. So we named her Galveston Bay, but we called her Gal, right? So somehow you talked me into getting on her, but
she was smooth.
So how did that end up? I don't even remember.
You did fine. But at least you tried once.
And then you had that colt. What was his name?
Sonny.
Sonny. So you had Sonny, but then you had to go somewhere and you talked me into feeding him while you were gone. And one day I got the feed and I was heading toward the pen to put it in, and he ran past me and kicked up his heels and kicked me in the ribs.
I remember you had a hoof print. Bruise-shaped hoof print.
It hurt.
And he was just like a yearling. He was small, but it still hurts.
So I did stuff for you like that. That's all I can remember, though. I guess that's memorable because I got kicked.
Yeah. And I know we've talked about, you know, you moving closer to College Station and things like that, you know, to your sister, to doctors and things like that. But it was just like, it was hard to give up this porch, right?
Oh, I don't ever want to leave here now. I just thank God for this place every morning almost, and tell him or ask him, let me stay as long as I can. You never know.
Yeah, we're thankful that we have people that help take care of the place and take care of you so that you can stay. We're very blessed that we're able to do that and have this out here. One of the things I love about here, you can say we have a lot of really the old oak trees. We have one called the picnic tree where we grew up that goes, you know, to the ground, is huge. We would have picnics and build forts. And so it's beautiful. It's hard to explain, like you can't see from this view. All the old trees that used to be right here are not gone, but we've planted lots of new ones. Yeah,
Daddy planted lots of trees and they're getting bigger now. Live oaks mainly. Yeah, he was the outgoing one, as you know. He always wanted a party. I remember when he retired, I can't remember what year, but I told him, I said, I want to give you a retirement party. It can't be a secret because you have to help me.
I remember. We had a big tent right here.
Yeah.
Everybody coming out for the party.
Yeah, I can't even remember. You know, families would come out for different birthdays or Thanksgiving. Yeah.
I was thinking too with parties, he was always good about in the community, organizing and being part of it, and with politics. I remember some of the Republican fundraiser events and him buying a whole table to support people. And back with like Ann Davis, way back when we were turning this county more red, he was with Judge Ralston having those fundraisers out here.
Yeah.
So he was always good about doing that.
Yeah, I remember that one with Ann Davis. What did she run for? I can't remember. Some county office. But he invited everybody to our house, and I remember Volley Tyler talking. And, yeah, that was a good time. Yeah, he was good about that.
Well, saying you guys both inspired me a lot with politics. I mean, let's say early on, I just remember the first campaign that you were part of was for Reagan. I was still young at that point, but you were.
This was back when we still lived in Houston. So that was 1980 was when he won the first time, I think. I think I'm right. But yeah, I went to a phone bank and made calls for him. And people ask me, people give you the question, what's the happiest day of your life or the happiest moment? And it sounds kind of trivial maybe or silly, but first thing that comes to my mind, when Ronald Reagan was elected president, I was just,
I remember. And you have quite a few books on your shelf with his picture.
I do. I thought back then, because I thought I had every book written by him or about him. But little did I know I couldn't keep up with that. I don't have that many.
He was
now.
loved by many. But that was kind of a memory I have. And I have memories of going with you into the voting booths, in Houston when I was really little. So I was very much just raised to go vote. So when I turned 18, that was the first thing we did was go vote out here in Field Store.
Well, I'm glad to know that, because I don't think I really realized that.
Just a lot of people don't appreciate that right and do it.
They
don't go vote. So
they don't, and it's very frustrating. When you talk to young people that don't care, and you can't make them care. But we love our country, and we don't want to lose our freedom.
Right.
Yeah.
Like Benjamin Franklin said, we have a republic if we can keep it. So the way we keep it is you have to be involved somewhat. I know it's easy to be apathetic and say my vote doesn't count.
Yeah.
But it does count, especially locally. In smaller elections out here, you can know who you're voting for. You can talk to them, and it matters. The race out here are much smaller amount of people that go vote. So.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I know a lot of people feel that way, and you've kind of inspired me to never give up or something and always have a voice. Or maybe it's a little bit more of that's from my dad, because he was a little bit more opinionated and extroverted.
Oh, yeah. Well, thank you for saying that.
Well, I appreciate you. So I'm glad y'all are getting to meet one of my favorite people.
She's one of my favorite people. Even if she weren't my daughter, she'd be one of my favorites.
Well, the biggest inspiration for me was just that you taught me about God.
I just want to say that God is so faithful and so good. We know that. But I have a story about you, too, where God's hand was in your life. So we went to Waller Baptist. I know I've probably told you this before, but I think you were in junior high, and a group, some of the adults were taking a group of junior high kids to Baylor University for Super Summer. Was that the name of it? So I don't know if it's true, but in my mind, I could see you at a fork in the road, and you could have gone the bad way or the good way. I could see that. And you went to Super Summer and stayed for about a week. And when I picked you up from church and we drove home, and you didn't stop talking all the way home, you were so excited about God in your life. And honestly, you never changed. That made the whole difference. You took the right way.
Yeah.
And God is faithful, but you were obedient too.
Yeah.
And I just love you.
I love you. Yeah, church camps can be good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
You went
just-
back the next year, and it just reinforced it.
Yeah, kind of just made me love God's Word and studying. Way back then, they kind of taught you how. I mean, you raised me early, telling me stories and doing different things, and memorizing verses or different things. But I feel like I was just at the age where I could study, and the Holy Spirit was able to teach me more with however they inspired it or did it.
Yeah,
It was a big shift. I do think it was a shift.
yeah. I remember I was in BSF, and we would be driving along, and I would be doing what? Homiletics. And anyway, you had to read a passage, and the bottom line was you had to make a sentence of, I think, 7 words or less. So I would get Shannon's. I said, how can I do this? So we would go through that and do it together.
That was hard. I didn't ever do BSF. It seemed a little bit too structured for me. So the precept studies for me was organized enough, but I didn't have to do it in 7 words if I didn't want to.
Oh no, we have freedom.
But I do like the in-depth Bible study and really being able to study inductively, basing God's Word on its Word, not on opinions or feelings or...
I'm so glad I learned that way, yes.
Yeah, and we were able to do precepts together 3 generations with your mother too. That was pretty neat that we were able to go and do trainings with precepts.
Oh, I forgot that she went.
We did. It was fun having 3 generations of us.
Yeah, I had a good mother. I appreciate her more every day.
Mm-hmm.
Good father too.
Yes.
Yeah, and really the politics, I thought about this, started, I was a young teenager, and my parents would go to the precinct meetings after the voting. They would do that a lot. And then one time, they had Donna is my sister. Donna and me, we were in downtown Houston on Main Street with petitions, trying to get people to sign. I don't know what it was about.
How old?
Young teenagers, young.
Wow.
We were all excited. We were
so fun. It seems hard to get teenagers involved more nowadays.
So, yeah, it goes way back then. And I remember being interested. Somehow I started subscribing to this paper called Human Events. And I would get that every other week, I think, and I would read that faithfully and, study it. And I heard that was Ronald Reagan's newspaper. He read it too.
Yeah, and I read it because you had it here, so I read it some.
Yeah.
That's the thing is that you kind of inspired me to read some books early on, like the Light and the Glory.
Yeah.
That was kind of the basis of,
that's
why they came to America
about Christopher Columbus
for the freedoms. And then honestly, you inspired me. You were taking the Constitution class.
Oh yeah, the
Hillsdale class, and I was like, well, that seems interesting. It's free online. I suggest you do it. So I also took it after you did, just
I got a certificate
to understand more of the Constitution and go back when you're an adult. When you're in high school, you're like, this is boring. I don't care.
Yeah, and they teach you also about the Declaration of Independence and how they coincide, relate, and how they're both important, and not just words in the Constitution, but all the reasons. It's really good.
Mm-hmm. So if any of y'all are wondering how I'm such a learner, I'm always learning different things. This is where it came from. You were always learning, and I was kind of inspired by you, or you had lots of books around. And I always get a book for Christmas. Right. We got one this year. What did we get this year?
Oh, Footsteps of the Messiah.
So everyone in the family got it, so we could study together at our own pace. But
yeah, it's excellent, I think.
It is good to have somebody to talk to. So I know when we did Bible studies a lot, it was nice to go to lunch afterwards we would usually discuss it even more over lunch with my Aunt Donna and you. And
Yeah, that's what we like to do.
and so, especially like you giving us a book for Christmas that hopefully we all read a little bit, and then we could say, oh, do you remember this part? Because if you're reading it straight through, again, it's more of a book that we can just have a reference with, that we could jump around. But
Yeah.
anyway, always great for book recommendations. Well, thank you for sharing a little bit about growing up in Waller and your first, parts of Waller, and who you met, who made you love it.
Right.
This country girl's glad that you were willing to come. I kind of say that I'm city girl, country girl, though, because I do like things about Houston. I like to eat really good food. I like to go to the theater, and we would always go back to town to go to different theater. The AD players we love, but also just going to the symphony.
That's right.
Things
the
like that.
symphony. You gave me that for Christmas one year.
Yeah.
The Rachmaninoff concertos.
Rachmaninoff Rock Fest. We went for like 6 Sundays in a row. So I do love my city, what we have to offer, different things. But I do like to come back to my porch in the breeze, in the quiet.
Yeah, come back home. This is home now.
Yeah. So join us next time from the porch, meet your next neighbor. And please subscribe and share with your friends so that they can get to know Waller County too. Thanks again.